And later still, we return to the land of pulse and haze, so that we can rewind a bit. Before all that paint got slopped on your hive and before that mysterious hole was made. Man, how'd that hole get made?
It was when Carcat ran TA's Cursed Till Death program and his computer blew up. That's what happened. We'll see this happen later. It will be startling and unexpected.
Carcat, deal with crabby customer. You go downstairs and confront your custodian, which is another term for a frightening beast known as Lucis Naturae. Your Lucis has looked after you since you were very young in lieu of any biological parents whom you have never known. No young troll ever knows his or her blood parents, nor could such lineage ever be accurately traced. Adult trolls supply their genetic material to the filial tails carried by Imperial drones and offered to the monstrous Mother Grub deep underground in the brooding caverns. She then combines all the genetic material into one diabolical incestuous slurry and lays hundreds of thousands of eggs at once. The eggs hatch into young larval trolls which wriggle about to locate a cozy stalactite from which to spin their cocoons. After they pupate, the young troll with his or her newfound limbs undergoes a series of dangerous trials. If they survive, they are chosen by a member of the diverse and terrifying subterranean monster population native to Alternia. This creature becomes the troll's Lucis, and together they surface and choose a location to build a hive. The building process is facilitated by carpenter droids left on the planet to cater to the young. But only for building. They're on their own otherwise. The vast majority of adult trolls are off-planet, serving some role in the forces of ongoing Imperial conquest, besieging other star systems in the name of Alternian glory. The culture and civilization on the homeworld is maintained almost entirely by the young. Trolls sure are weird. You leap into the domestic fray in an attempt to mollify your nannying aggressor. After a lot of kicking and fussing and gnashing of teeth and carapace, you just pull out a few chilled roe cubes from the fridge to settle the beast down. Trolls and their custodians have a peculiar arrangement of codependence. The Lucis behaves as a lifelong bodyguard, caretaker, and visceral sort of mentor, while the young troll must learn to function as a sort of zookeeper. We decide to agree this conflict is not a big enough deal to warrant a detailed examination of the action, or an embedded musical accompaniment. We also agree that while it would have been pretty sweet, we are also in kind of a hurry here. But if it were to be accompanied by something audible, it would probably sound something like this. We decide to listen to that track, close our eyes, and imagine what might have been. Wow, that sure was awesome. Anyway, moving on. In fact, we are in such a hurry you could almost say we need to get moving. On the double. Yeah. There's this pretty cool dude, okay? Some people seem to think he's cool. Sometimes. He guesses they're right. I mean, maybe, if they say so. Actually, you know what? They're right. This guy's dynamite lit in a box of hot shit. Screw the haters. Anyway, he's standing around being all chill like cool dudes are known to do sometimes when they're not moping around or nursing migraines or whatever.
Troll Dave.
A cool dude like this probably has a real cool name. Or at least a name that doesn't completely fucking suck. Like at least not the kind of name that belongs to someone you'd want to just perpetually wail on. Maybe just a name that makes you cringe a little, but you guess you can deal with it if you've got to. It's just a guy's name, it's not like it really matters. Who cares? But he probably wouldn't tell you what it was if you asked. He'd be way too moody for that. In fact, this guy probably thinks you've got some attitude and probably doesn't want a damn thing to do with you. You could always try to guess his name, but instead of that, here's a better idea. Why don't you just fuck off and go to hell? Here, name this kooky broad instead. Okay, what's her name? Wait. You've gotta be kidding me. Looks like we're going back to the other guy again. Alright, hang on. It appears this cool and moody dude had a change of heart. He feels pretty bad about flying off the handle like that, as if shit wanted nothing to do with the handle.
Shit would like to reconcile with the handle and perhaps seek marital counseling. So what's his name gonna be?
Enter name. Your name is Solix Captor. You are apeshit bananas at computers, and you know all the codes. All of them. You are the unchallenged authority on apiculture networking. And though all your friends recognize your unparalleled achievements as a totally sick hacker, you feel like you could be better. It's one of a number of things you sort of beat yourself up about for no very good reason during sporadic and debilitating bipolar mood swings. You have a penchant for bifurcation in logic and in life. Your mutant mind is haunted by the psychic screams of the imminently deceased. Your visions foretell of the planet's looming annihilation, and yet unlike the typical sightless prophet of doom, you are gifted with vision twofold. For now. You have developed a new game, adapted via code parsed from the runes and glyphs in an ancient underground temple. You believe this game to be the salvation of your race, though you are not sure how yet. To ensure success, you will distribute the game to 2 teams of friends, a red team and a blue team. You will lead the latter group. Your troll tag is Twin Armageddons, and you tend to speak with a bit of a lisp. What will you do? Solix. Equip throwing stars to Strife Specibus. Why would you do that? A high-level psionic has no use for any particular Specibus allocation. Solix, fling star Specibus word. You make short work of the Specibus and... oh god, one of your B-house mainframes. The silicon was sliced clean through by your foolish maneuver. What were you thinking? The workers pair up and dance angry messages to you in binary code. Solix, taste honey. No! You do not under any circumstances eat the mind honey. The consequences are highly unpleasant. You cultivate this honey for your Lucis. It helps him not be such a complete idiot all the time. Nearly most of the time instead. Solix, calm those bees down. Nap time. Solix, to work a computer. You are always up to your nook in the newest and hottest games. It is hard to walk around the place without squishing them. Whenever that happens, you are screwed and you have to grow a new one from scratch. Or just pirate it, you guess. But tonight is no night for games. Well, okay it is. But just one game in particular, and this game is no joking matter. It is delirious bug nasty. Solix, recruit team leader.
TZ, you want to be the leader of one of the teams?
You mean your game to save the world?
Yeah.
Okay, I pick the red team.
Okay, I didn't say anything about a red team or even that there were 2 teams, but fine.
Obviously you are going to set up red and blue teams, come on.
You don't know what I'm going to do. Stop being as though you could read my mind. It's not a power you have. Your strengths are being blind and tricking people about stuff. And I guess being generally savvy and pretty decent at other stuff, but that's why I'm picking you and not some other fucking schlub from Retardation Row.
Solix, please. You are Mr. Appleberry Blast, and everyone knows those are your favorite flavors. Even though you type it a yucky mustard, which is weird.
Well, maybe there's more to me than you think. Maybe I'm not the 2 trick hoof beasts you want to make me out as. Maybe I just want to give the red and blue thing a rest for a change and not make it so it's like, oh look, it's that predictable fuck with those 2 stupid colors. It's amazing how much everyone fucking hates them. Maybe red and blue aren't that great and I hate them suddenly. Have you thought of that? Maybe I'm more of an aubergine guy, plus whatever that putrid color it is you type with. So what is that, turquoise? Maybe it's making me turquoisey. Maybe the new name for that color is Summer Shithead Mist. Have you considered that? But I'm sticking with red and blue, so maybe you should suck on it.
Maybe. Maybe is a stupid word. Maybe that's the big maybe we should all ponder tonight over some hot shut the hell up tea. So, you think I'm savvy?
Yeah, I think so. Pick out whoever you want for the red team and I'll lead the blue team. I'll send you the download soon. Talk to you later.
Wait, maybe you should tell me more about the game first. How exactly are we saving the world?
I don't know yet. I just know what I've seen in my visions. That the world will end and our whole race dies and this is how we save it. And AA can back me up on this, so don't be all doubting me about it.
I am not doubting you. I think you are right. Mostly.
Mostly? What does that mean?
Well, when you talk about how you're going to die too...
I am going to die. I mean, we all are, but especially me. I'm gonna get my ass served to me twofold. Double the service, like 2 dudes on Double Butler Island, getting worked over by a Siamese twin masseuse. But before I die, I'm gonna go blind like you.
That sounded like Dave.
It has to happen like that. I'm not sure
I sensed a
why,
bit of Dave
but I
in
think
there.
it's like fulfilling some requirement for a true prophet of doom. In order for the visions to be right, that has to happen, and the universe will make sure it will. It's kind of like how a prophet earns his stripes, by being blind. Like how an angel earns its wings.
What's an angel?
Some terrible mythical demon, with these awful feathery wings.
Yikes.
Paradox Space uses them to usher in the end.
How does it know what angel to use?
Huh? So, yeah. We will all die, but most especially me, end of story.
But don't take this the wrong way. But how can you be totally sure about all that? How do you know some of the real visions you're having aren't getting kind of tangled up with, sort of the way you are about yourself?
What do you mean?
How you get mopey and you're always the victim of something, and how sometimes you think you suck when you really don't. Maybe that is clouding your vision?
Possible.
Okay, that's just some personal, private, emotional issues, and I'm dealing with that. And honestly, I'd appreciate you not always throwing that in my face every goddamn opportunity you get. Like this is a big circus act to you, and that's your special clown pie.
See? God. So sensitive.
Seriously, talk to AA. She will corroborate everything. You and she are pretty tight, aren't you?
Not really anymore. She used to be a lot of fun, but now talking to her... I don't know. It just somehow makes me sad.
Okay, well, tonight's not about fun. This is serious. Deliriously so. We are in Smirious Shit-Stained City.
Screw you and your shit stains. I will have a fucking blast and you can't stop me. Team Blue Scum.
Oh shit, it's on, sucker.
So,
Okay, that was completely meaningless. What was the point? Whoever you are. Solix, deal with Apocalypse Arisen.
Did you set up the teams?
Still working on it, but yeah, more or less. We should all be playing soon. And I guess leaving this dimension. That is what happens, right?
Yes.
So I guess you should be pretty happy when we finally get out of here?
I don't know about that.
Oh. Will you at least be able to leave the voices behind?
I don't know about that either.
Isn't that kind of depressing? The thought that they might stay with you until you die?
Not really. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a lot of things. Even our inevitable failure, though it will briefly masquerade as victory.
Wow, fuck! That was so much more depressing than the thing I just said. Teresi was right, you are such a drag to talk to these days.
She was right about a lot of things.
Wow, what a mysterious thing to say. I'm so intrigued. Do me a favor and spare me your spooky conundrums tonight. You're kind of pissing me off.
But you like to talk to me. This is a fact, not a question. They told me.
Oh, your sources have spoken. Relay a message for me. Tell them to go haunt my huge creaking bone bulge.
Why do you like to talk to me?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we're supposed to save the world together? I also talk to you because, in case you haven't noticed, I despise myself and perpetually seek to duplicate through emotional pain the cacophony of physical pain my hideous mutant brain causes me every day. Oh my god, I just had a breakthrough! Thank you so much for this, it was great. That was a joke. Here, type ha.
Huh.
Now type it again.
Huh.
There you go, you're now officially the life of the party. I just took an embarrassing video of you cutting loose there. Boy, I sure hope this juicy nugget doesn't wind up on the internet.
Solix, I actually would like it if you were happy.
Okay. Thank you for saying so.
You seem sad and angry all the time. What does anger feel like? I forgot.
Have you ever been angry? I don't remember you getting angry about anything.
Maybe I never was. I feel like I was, though. Once.
Why don't you ask Carcat? He's way angrier than me. And for that matter, why don't you get on his case about it instead of mine?
I think his anger serves a greater purpose. It's part of his destiny and thus ours. It will help him to sabotage his own designs, which are very much in opposition to the broader purpose, and will sow the seeds of our failure, a failure which will ironically prove to be mission critical.
If you think we're gonna fail, why wouldn't you get mad about that? At the voices sending you down this blind alley the whole time.
They never lied, though. This is how it had to be. I have to be totally honest, though at no point did I ever lie. But through omission, this game will not save the world.
The fuck?
And though it is still very important, even in our defeat, Unfortunately, it is much closer to serving as the instrument of our people's demise than that of their salvation. And we 12 will behave simultaneously as the pawns and the orchestrators of the great undoing.
I don't want to play anymore then.
You will, though.
Fuck that, just watch. This shit is dusted. Check me out, all dusting it like a saucy fucking maid.
It cannot be stopped. Meteors are en route. You know this, Solux.
Who cares? I'm yanking the grub tube on this silver-punctured bitch. I'm telling Red Team Leader to forget the whole thing. I'm quitting as Blue Team Leader. If you want to shamble through this macabre fantasy of yours solo, be my guest.
You were never going to be the team leader, though. Which is to say, the first to enter.
Are you messing with me? You do realize I'm psychic too. I could pull so much trippy shit out of my spinal crevice it would make your head spin like dervish in a fucking blender. So get off your high hoof beast.
I'm coming up.
Huh? Up where? Hello?
Solix, abort.
Hey, change of plan. We aren't playing this game anymore. You don't have to bother recruiting. Sorry to waste your time.
I'm not the leader anymore. Karkat is.
He is?
He threw a tantrum about it, so I let him be the red leader.
Okay, that was fairly predictable, but that's fine. I'll talk to him about it.
What's going on?
Nothing. This game sucks, and AA's full of crap. Sorry about all this. Hey, change of plan. We aren't playing this game anymore.
Hey, guess who the red leader is? I'm the leader. It's me. Your plan to cripple your rival team has failed.
I know. She told me. I don't care. The game is bad news. It'll cause the end of the world, not stop it. So forget it. Just go back to whatever you were doing. Writing your shitty code or whatever.
So pathetic. This is yet another feeble attempt to weaken your opposition. Terezi and I have already established a connection, and we are making great progress here. We are a great team, and I am a fantastic leader. We will beat this game in no time, while your team is clearly still asleep at the thorax.
Ah, God. No, you idiot. I don't care about the game anymore. I just quit. I'm not playing. You should too.
Amazing. You're either being really persistent with this transparent ruse, or you really are just that sad and incompetent. Neither case deserves my respect or my friendship. In fact, you know what? Friendship canceled. There, it's official. Bye-bye, friendship.
Oh, like you haven't said that like a billion times. You aren't in any position to question my competence. You're the worst programmer I've ever seen. You don't know anything about computers. Why do you bother? The only thing you're good at is yelling and making huge mistakes, and being ugly and horrible in every way and having stupid little nubby horns!
To be honest, I don't even see what's so great about your programming or hacking. What is a hacker even? Just some smug asshole in movies doing fake things and making up words. It's not even a real thing to be. It's just some bullshit title you gave yourself so you can feel a tiny bit less loathsome.
Oh no, more childish burns. I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm a great hacker. Period.
No, it's also clear now. You were a fraud all along. What does all this nonsensical code you wrote even do? It's all nonsense, like a bluff. You just say, oh, Karkat will never understand what I wrote is bullshit because he's too dumb to figure it out. Well, you're busted. These viruses here, I bet, do nothing at all.
Wait, KK.
I bet if I ran them, nothing bad would happen. Might even improve my computer's performance.
No, don't.
How about this idiotic program with the red and blue code? Which is a meaningless thing to do with code anyway. What does that even mean? It's another one of your scams. Why not sneak some bad clip art into the files too and pretend that's code?
Oh god, no, don't run that. I'm serious.
What would happen?
I'm not sure, but it would be really, really bad if you ran it. Just don't.
Uh-huh. Just as I thought. You can't even come up with a good lie when I press you on it. Your bluff has been called. Compiling as we speak, it will auto-run when it finishes. And now I have to go attend to something outside, because Terezi is doing something just unspeakably stupid right now. Whoops, forget I said that. It was privileged information.
You are the dumbest grub fucker on the planet, I swear.
Later, douchebag.
KK, do not run that code! Hello? Oh my god.
You are highly startled by the totally unexpected explosion.
How does that even?
Karkat and his friends, and everyone they would ever meet thereafter, would experience great misfortune on account of the curse unwittingly implemented through Solix's esoteric Mobius double reach-around virus.
Wait, so he lost his computer, which means he can't complete the chain by helping the last person get in the game. So they're gonna have a team of, what, 3 people, and the third person's never gonna... Wait, sorry. A team of 4. So the fourth person is never gonna make it inside the game, so they're gonna become a team of 3, and they're basically fucked. GG.
Every Troll's Lucis would soon die. All but one of the kernel sprites would be prototyped with a dead Lucis, each prior to entering the medium. Upon entry, they would each have a bittersweet reunion with the creature after the kernel hatched, triggering the sprite's metamorphosis. For the first time, the trolls would be able to have verbal conversations with their custodians, and will be guided by them along their journeys. Unfortunately, the underlings and warring royalty would gain the benefits of the monstrous prototypings as well. Each sprite, except for one, would only be prototyped once. The players would learn quickly that while one pre-entry prototyping per player was absolutely necessary for ultimate success, additional pre-entry prototypings merely empowered their enemies unnecessarily. The game has no explicit...
Wait, run again, 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 run again. I want to run that again.
Totally unexpected explosion. Karkat and his friends, and everyone they would ever meet thereafter, would experience great misfortune on account of the curse unwittingly implemented through Solix's esoteric Mobius double reach-around virus. Every Troll's Lucis would soon die. All but one of the kernel sprites would be prototyped with a dead Lucis, each prior to entering the medium. Upon entry, they would each have a bittersweet reunion with the creature after the kernel hatched, triggering the sprite's metamorphosis. For the first time, the trolls would be able to have verbal conversations with their custodians, and will be guided by them along their journeys. Unfortunately, the underlings and warring royalty would gain the benefits of the monstrous prototypings as well. Each sprite, except for one, would only be prototyped once. The players would learn quickly that while one pre-entry prototyping per player was absolutely necessary for ultimate success, additional pre-entry prototypings merely empowered their enemies unnecessarily. The game has no explicit rule that demands something dead for prototyping, but in practice the kernel sprite has particular attraction to the deceased or the doomed. Across every session ever played, exceptions to this pattern are extremely rare. Solix, lament. Why did you send Karkat that code? It was...
Doesn't that mean that Dave's kernel sprite that he basically prototyped himself into is going to empower the other ones? Or is that after he entered the game, so it doesn't matter?
Such a bad idea. You suppose it was a boastful gesture to get a friend to think more highly of you. But why would flaunting your superior skills accomplish this? It was foolish. You ought to wipe all these clever viruses you wrote off your computer. They can only bring more trouble. Solix, delete.
After entry
While
doesn't
deleting
matter.
your
Okay.
virus folders, you pause on one oddball file you have lying around. You did not write this virus. You copied it from an obscure server far beyond your planet's global network. This application is running on that server perpetually.
Fucking Midnight Crew.
It is an extremely simple till death program. Its main loop is tied to the lifespan of the universe. When the universe dies, a mysterious subprogram will be executed. You have no way of knowing what that subprogram does. It runs on a protected part of the server. It is completely unhackable. You delete the file, but it won't do much good.
Don't you guys just love the Neo Automata vibes that you're getting from this?
The program is already running elsewhere. Luckily, whatever harm it will do will not be done for many billions of years. And even then, what harm could a virus do after the expiration of the universe? This file always struck you as quite odd. But Solix, even with his vision twofold, does not have the perceptual luxuries of our vision omnipresent. When executed, the subprogram will summon an indestructible demon into the recently voided universe. This monstrous being with the power to travel through time is inconvenienced very little by his arrival upon the Great Undoing. He has the entire cadaver of the expired universe to pick apart at his whim, from its birth through its swelling maturity and tapering decay. In a reality he is known to have marked for predation, he will go about assembling followers through various epochs. even going as far as personally establishing the parameters for his future summoning. Solix couldn't know that the virus is essentially a formality. The demon is already here. Sounds like your Lucis is agitated about something up there. You already gave him his serving of honey today. If he thinks he can get more, well, that's just greedy. You wonder what could be bothering him. You keep your enormous Bicyclops chained to the roof of your communal hive stem. It is the only place there is room for him. Dueling with him on the roof during feeding time is a daily ordeal.
Doesn't that probably mean that the end time demon is probably the one that's sleeping? In the first world where what's his name? His name's not Jack, but whatever his name is, the first kid. Because he was tricked by Gigi to go attack the demon, which is supposed to be the final boss. And he did it straight away because he was a dumbass. No? Oh, okay. Worth a guess. Worth a guess. John? That's the one. I don't know. Is that the demon? Maybe. Who knows?
Be the other girl. You are now one of the 5 other girls.
God damn it! She's got a chainsaw! I'm so out. Wait, look at that. It looks like a child, doesn't it? This looks like a parent, and this looks like a child. Look at the eyes. Cute. Oh, I've played enough Zero Escape to hate chainsaws.
Stop being the other girl. You are now no longer the other girl, or any of the other 5 for that matter. What's the name of this dude sitting in his 4-wheel device? Enter name. Your name is Tavros Nightram. You are known to be heavily arrested by fairy tales and fantasy stories. You have an acute ability to commune with the many creatures of Alternia, a skill you have utilized to capture and train a great many. They are all your friends, as well as your warriors, which you pit in battle through a variety of related card and role-playing games. You used to engage in various forms of more extreme role-playing with some of your other friends before you had an accident. You like to engage in the noble practice of Alternian slam poetry, possibly the oldest, most revered, and certainly freshest art form in your planet's rich history. You have a profound fascination with the concept of flight and all lore surrounding the topic. You believe in fairies, even though they aren't real. Your troll tag is Adios Toreador, and you, speak in a sort of, faltering manner. What will you do? Tavros, cut to the chase and play card games immediately. You kickstart a rousing match of fetus spawn, with the only friend you've got to play with in person, your loyal Lucis Tinkerbell. You take a look at the favorable hand you dealt yourself and crack a mischievous smile. With a host plush at the ready, you quickly lob a Nugani bomb and catch your adversary off guard.
Ran away.
Horseroni, I choose you!
With a brooding whinny, Horseroni shovels his mighty hooves and makes short work of the finest sucker, boosting his vitals. Horseroni is now primed and raring for battle. Look out, Tinkerbell! You use your awesome bestial communion abilities and bend the ferocious stallion to your whim. Tinkerbell can't stand the suspense. Nap time. Everybody wins. Horseroni gains a bunch of levels. In no time he will be ready to breed and you can put him out to stud. Good game, everybody. That was a lot of fun. Time to do some other stuff, you guess. Tavros, roll up your ramp. This is how you get up to your Recupera-kun when it's time to rest. It's kind of a production getting in and out. Tavros, hop in. You can't fit all the way in because of your huge horns. It makes it hard to get any solid shut-eye.
Won't fit!
Oh great, now you're covered in slime. Why did you do this? You're going to have to change your clothes. There goes another solid hour down the tubes. Ah, damn, and there goes your four-wheel device down the ramp.
Sorry, one sec. I think Hotchan might be... Yes, hello, Hotchan?
Can you please open the door for me?
Ah, that was you. Okay, ring the bell and I'll unlock the front door. You may enter the Kuma house. Now let me go open the front door real quick.
Thank you. If you can open the front door, thank you.
Yes, one sec. Okay then. Hachan is back. And we're back.
That happens a lot. After a major cleanup rigmarole and a lot of crawling around your respite block, you equip your jousting lance. You like to practice your jousting outside. One day you hope to prove yourself worthy of recruitment into the halls of the dreaded Imperial Cavalreapers, assuming you are not slated for culling first on account of your disability. Or really any other arbitrary reason.
Ooh, wow. This is like Germany.
You wheel over to your
1939.
favorite poster featuring Pupa Pan, which is your favorite thing. You have always fantasized that one day intrepid young Pupa would come and take you away, and together you would fly to a beautiful paradise planet of legend that has all sorts of fanciful stuff like pirates, treasure, a cruel villain with a missing arm and a missing eye, and those weird aliens called Indians.
Fair enough. But wasn't the original thing for Peter Pan that it's actually the afterlife for children? Which is why no one ages, because they're already dead.
You have left your window open since you were very young, just in case Pupa stopped by one night and decided to splash a pinch of special stardust in your face. You have had this interest far prior to your accident. Being paralyzed isn't what made you want to be able to fly. That would be dumb and would make no sense. Being
Yes, it
paralyzed
would.
does sort of make you want to be able to walk, though. Way in the future. Over the course of your long journey, at one point you were fitted with a cool pair of robo-legs. The guy who likes to build robots built them for you. But then he does like to break them more than he likes to build them. It's usually why he builds them in the first place. Occasionally, though, he will allow philanthropy to override misanthropy. You were lucky enough to have a friend who didn't mind getting her hands dirty on account of your best interest. A friend with a chainsaw. The guy who likes to build robots just stood there and watched. It would always make everyone uncomfortable whenever he would just stand there. And watch. And way back again. But before that, you had to scoot around in your wheel device throughout the various worlds of the medium and endure all sorts of follies related to your disability, which, on account of their great plurality and marginal relevance, we will not get to see. Just as well. Well, look what happens when you space out and contemplate the future like that. The messages start piling up.
Peter Pan is dark! Alright, part 4.
Tavros, deal with AG.
They're all gonna be going up on the reaction channel.
Tavros,
Hey.
red team is going to bite the dust, and I know you are on the red team.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, you totally are. My team's got no use for a boy that can't make no use of his legs. You were fated for a team of losers full of blind girls and lame boys and cranky imbeciles.
Okay, you're probably right about that, but I shouldn't be talking to you.
Oh?
I promised I wouldn't talk to you anymore.
What? Promised who?
Rufio?
Oh my god, who's that? I hate this guy already.
He's, Okay, someone said I should give myself esteem a name, and to be careful about what I say to make sure I don't hurt his feelings.
So he's imaginary, a fake, like a made-up friend the way fairies are. Made up, make-believe, fakey fake fakes. Who told you to do something so fraudulent?
GA, but I don't know if she was joking about it. It might be a joke, I don't know, but I did it anyway.
Oh man, what a meddler. I hate her meddling. Why is she always meddling? I don't know if it was a joke, but man. I don't think it was a joke. It was more like, okay, complete this analogy. Laughing is to a joke as meddling is to... Exactly. That's what she just did to you. It is worse than a joke. It is worse than anything you can do. Next time, tell her to can it. That's what I do. But she keeps bugging me. Bugging and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? I guess it's flattering that she wants to talk to me so much, though. I guess I don't mind. It's cool. Anyway, Tavros, you've been amazingly boring as usual, so I'm gonna go.
Okay.
This show needs to get on the freaking road. Believe it or not, the blue team doesn't have a single player in the session yet, while you guys have like 2 or 3 or such. Unbelievable. I wonder what the holdup is. Oh, well, let's face it. You guys need the head start. Okay, anyway, good luck to you. It'll be just like old times. Adios, Toria Snore.
What a bitch.
Bye.
Tavros, rap with TC.
Motherfuck, my brother. I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out there.
Hi, that's okay. I wasn't expecting you to not be zoned out for any reason, so I guess I don't understand your apology.
Alright, fuck yeah. It's all good anyway. I just zoned out when I was supposed to be all about being to tell you, you're on my team.
Yeah, the red team, you mean?
Shit, motherfucking yeah, my wicked motherfucker. Honk, honk, honk.
Okay, that's great. I just heard about this from someone I don't want to talk about, but it still basically qualifies as good news.
Honk, 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 honk.
Honk.
Fuck. You stole my fucking nose, bro. What got you even up the gumption to all fucking do the shit like that?
I don't know, it's just kind of the obvious thing to do. Stick the circle in front of the dots and behind the bendy one. Plus, oh yeah, my horns. Maybe we can slam about it?
Yeah, I could kick the shit out of some rhymes, bro. I'll stir up some fucking hell mirth and rip open a fucking bag of harsh whimsy.
Yeah, you could talk about the clown things, which I don't really understand ever, but that's okay because it's kind of funny. Whereas I'll address some topics pertaining to my interests and, I guess, personal motifs.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That'd be how the shit's all usually up and fucking locked, bro. But first, here's the thing with the game.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the red team game.
Yeah. Okay, if I remember right, this is how we're juggling this shit. Lots of fucking balls in the air. Terezi connected to Carcat, so he's fucking chill. Then I'm supposed to connect to her soon, and to get her all chill too, but she's in the woods doing something. But when she comes back, she starts playing, so in the mean motherfucking time, I'm supposed to get you to connect to me. But I fucking spaced out and forgot. Because I guess I was way too motherfucking chill all up in this shit.
Yeah, I understand.
So, just download this motherfucker I'm sending to you so we can kick this bitch down the stairs.
Okay, I'll do that. And in the meantime, shall I cue up the strict beats, huh?
Oh, brother, now you're all fucking up and done it. You are fucking wheel deep in a sloppy massacre pie, topped with motherfucking whipped rhyme. How strict are those beats at, motherfucker?
Well, I turned up those bitches pretty stern, set beats to lecture, and I'm kinda going hog wild on the curmudgeon knob, which I had recently installed.
God damn! Tell me more while I get my reach on for this frosty brew.
Okay, imagine an array of beats that set limits. They got a rule book, it doesn't pay to skip it because there's not a lot of latitude. They won't stand for an attitude, and crossing them's a habit you'd not really want to get into because, they get pretty mad at you.
Fuck! So fucking fresh. You need to be slapped fucking silly with a mouth like that.
And if you got a problem with it, then I suggest you go and rap it, dude.
Okay, I will. Just let me sneak up on this bottle of Fago and snap its neck like I'm a fucking laugh assassin. Okay, are those beats still chill?
Yeah.
Are they motherfucking strict?
Yeah.
Aye. Crack. Motherfucking kick it!
You both then proceed to have one of the worst rap-offs in the history of Paradox Space. You make your way through the burning woods to meet the Lucis you never had. It's time for her to hatch. It's now or never. Since the world is about to end anyway, you suppose it no longer matters if the doomsday scale is tipped. The counterweight is the skull of an ancient mother grub slain thousands of solar sweeps ago. The egg contains a rare species of dragon which remains blind until maturity, using its other senses to survive. It has balanced the skull here for millennia, waiting for the warmth of a meteor-sparked forest fire before hatching. In case it wasn't clear, dragons are real. While she slept in her egg, she would communicate with you in your sleep. After your accident, she would use your dreams to teach you to detect the world around you without vision. As you learned, your dreams became more vivid. Where before there was darkness, odors and flavors painted a striking picture. You found yourself surrounded by bright honey walls, and in the tasty ball of cotton candy, which is this sweet troll delicacy we wouldn't know anything about. The first time you caught a glimpse of this world in your dreams, there was no turning back. The young Lucis would take to the sky and promptly get herself killed. This would be much more shocking and maybe a little bit more sad if we didn't already know it was going to happen. We already knew this, but of course, you didn't. The dragon never smelled it coming. She would fall to your tree hive. On your return, she would be scooped up by a sympathetic ally and deposited into the kernel sprite. Then you and she could talk. There would be plenty to discuss. The Doomsday device would display the amount of time you had to get back to your hive and enter the medium before the forest was destroyed. At the time, it wouldn't occur to you to wonder whether the device was directly responsible for the apocalypse or merely served as its precisely calibrated harbinger. And it certainly wouldn't occur to you to cast doubt on any perceived difference between those two things. It wouldn't until later, when you better understood the game you were about to play. Be the other girl. You are now the other girl. Render the girl in a more symbolic manner. That's better. We can now be properly introduced. Who's this spooky lady? Your name is Aradia Megiddo. You once had a number of interests, which in time you have lost interest in. You seem to recollect once having a fondness for archaeology, though now have trouble recalling this passion. It nonetheless has led you to find your present calling, which came through the discovery of these mystic ruins on which you presently stand, and which you recently desecrated out of boredom. Guiding you to this calling were the voices of the dead, which you have been able to hear since you were young. The voices have become louder as the Great Undoing approaches. This trend and escalation began after an accident involving a certain kind of role-playing, which might have been another of your interests once upon a time. It doesn't matter much anymore. The accident resulted in the death of your Lucis, which prompted you to leave your home and take up these ruins as residence. On the instruction of your ancestors, you have recovered mysterious technology from the ruins, and convinced a friend to adapt it into a game that will bring about the destruction of your civilization. And by convinced, you suppose you mean tricked. He has tentatively named the game Sigrub, which is a word that is not terribly elegant. If it were marked by a legitimate game company instead of rapidly patched together by a young hacker, it would ostensibly be given a better title. He is presently mobilizing 12 friends to play it, including him and yourself. He believes he will lead the blue team, but he is wrong. Your troll tag is Apocalypse Arisen, and there is typically a pronounced hollowness to your words. What will you do? Aradia. Retrieve computer. It's not up to you to decide what you retrieve from your Sylladex. It's up to the spirits. Looks like the spirits are being cooperative today, if a bit cryptic as usual. Who's this douchebag? You found this baffling artifact some time ago on one of your digs. The creature on its facade is completely mystifying. You have taken to using it as your primary computing device on account of its bizarre novelty as well as convenient portability. Oh, look who's bothering you again. She's always bugging you. Bugging and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? You guess it's flattering that she wants to talk to you so much, though. You're okay with it. You're okay with a lot of things.
Hi again, Aradia.
Oh no.
So, I guess tonight is the night you blow everything up. Is there nothing I can do to change your mind?
No. Or yes. Yes, there's nothing. And no, you can't. But you shouldn't pretend as if you believe this has anything to do with the state of my mind, or the decisions it will make or has already made.
Yeah, I guess not. I thought I'd be friendly, though, and remind you that you do, in fact, have a hand in all the terrible things that are about to happen, because that's what friends are for. And the fact that what ensues will be terrible is an immutable fact that I am stating for the record, and the fact that we will not be on the same team is similarly immutable. It does not mean that teamwork is what isn't taking place here.
Sorry, I didn't follow that.
I'll be here to help, if you need me.
Okay, thanks.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Waiting for the apocalypse is so boring. You guess you'll check on Solix to see how he's coming along with those teams.
You then had a conversation we already read, which began like this.
Did you set up the teams?
And ended like this.
I'm coming up.
And then you went up.
You wonder what she wants. What's with all these girls bugging you? Bugging and fussing and meddling.
Aradia!
Oh boy, that's way too many of the same letter in a row twice.
I know. So, we're about to get started, right? Have you tricked Solix yet? Do you have Mr. Two Eyes all befuddled and flustered in your web of lies? Or Mr. Four Eyes? I don't know. Which nickname do you think would be suitably derogatory in this case, Aradia?
How about 8 eyes minus 7? I didn't trick him. It's not like that.
Okay, whatever. The point is, once you've pulled the finely woven silken mesh over his dumb different colored eyes, you and I will start playing the game and be the blue team leaders. That's how this will work, right? Oh wait, do you mind if we're co-leaders? I forgot to ask. I just assumed it was okay with you.
I don't care.
Great! That's the spirit! And when I bring you into the game, whatever the hell that means, then we can send each other stuff, right? That is how this works, right?
Yes.
Awesome! Because I have a present for you. It's a surprise and it's going to be great! From me to you. Just from me alone and nobody else. I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see.
Okay, well, I'm sure it will be very thoughtful.
Hey, speaking of which, what will the name of our team be?
The blue team?
No. I know that. I mean the name of our team. You and me. Just us.
I haven't given it any thought, nor did I think such a thing was up for consideration. But if you want to pretend we both have a separate team together, and name that team, then knock yourself out.
I just thought it would be really fitting. Kind of like a fresh start, you know? I don't know. What are our shared interests? I guess I never really thought about this. I guess I'm used to thinking of you as the enemy. There must be some overlap in profiles. Come on, let's brainstorm. Man, it'll be great. We'll be unstoppable. Surely you must admit it'll be nice to rebound from the team charge debacle.
Never think about that anymore.
Oh man, I'm so dumb. Here I am, running my mouth and opening up old wounds while at the very same time trying to make amends. What an idiot.
It's okay.
Hey, speaking of which, that loser isn't gonna be on the blue team, is he?
Which loser?
Your old team buddy.
No.
Oh, thank fucking goodness. Talk about dead weight. You made the right choice, leader. I mean, co-leader.
I didn't exclude him for that reason. Or at all. You're just not getting it. You never listen.
Man, now I've got this huge beef grub lodged in my nook just thinking about him. I'm gonna go give him a hard time. Let me know when you're live. Later.
Don't do that. It's really childish.
What a bitch!
Wow.
Be the mysterious spider girl.
AG's such a
You
bitch!
try to be the mysterious spider girl and fail. She's way too mysterious for you to be her yet. Seriously, what's up with those glasses? What's up with that robo-arm? What's her deal? She guesses it's flattering that you want to be her, though. She guesses she doesn't mind. It's cool. We'll learn all about her a little later. Solix, get back to Aradia.
Aradia, I would like to apologize. I flew off the handle there. It was like the handle was a ball guy going really fast and I was his toupee. So, I'm sorry, it was my fault.
It's okay.
I hope we're still friends.
Yes, we are.
So, anyway, I think even though I quit as leader, I'm still gonna play the game now. Because it's either that or get totally creamed by all these fucking space boulders. Hey, maybe we can make the best of the game anyway, even though I guess we're gonna lose.
No, I'm sorry. You can't, Solux. Not yet.
Oh my god! You're gonna give me shit again? After I crawled on my belly like that, all growling at you? Like some low-class guy with whatever color blood is lower on the hierarchy than mine? What's worse than yellow? Fuck this confusing caste system. Anyway, screw you. I'm playing this game right now.
No, you're not. Trust me.
Wait, what's this? Are you hearing that spooky message from the grave? It's my ability to give a shit, which just died. This is where you laugh again.
Come to the window.
Why?
Because I'm outside.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Take a look.
I don't see anything out there.
Come closer, you'll see me. I promise.
God, I am just bulged deep in the fecal matter of a wildly incontinent hoof beast, but okay, I'll indulge you. Here I go.
Okay, looking out this lousy, stupid goddamn window. Lousy, stupid goddamn psychics. Nap time. When you would finally wake up, you'd discover all of your teammates had connected to each other and entered the medium. You would be the last to enter. Your long nap would facilitate a series of important dreams that would prove essential in support of your teammates. But here and now, the destruction of your hive would be imminent unless you could quickly establish a connection to the first player of the group and complete the chain. Solix, wake up. The mind honey. Some of it got in your mouth. You do not, under any circumstance, eat the mind honey.
The fuck?
Since that moody kid is busy flipping his bifurcated lid, we might as well take a moment to get to know this silly cat girl. Gosh, who is she? Your name is Nepeta Legion. You live in a cave that is also a hive, but still mostly just a cave.
You like to engage in friendly role-playing, but not the dangerous kind. Never the dangerous kind. It's too dangerous. Too many of your good friends have gotten hurt that way. Your daily routine is dangerous enough as it is. You prowl the wilderness for great beasts and stalk them and take them down with nothing but your sharp claws and teeth. You take them back to your cave and eat them, and from time to time wear their pelts for fun.
Oh god, it's the
You
role
like to
player.
paint wall comics using blood and soda and ash, depicting exciting tales from the hunt, and other goofy stories about you and your numerous pals. Your best pal of all is a little bossy, and people wonder why you even bother with him. But someone has to keep him pacified. If not you, then who? Everyone has an important job to do.
Hachan, careful.
Your troll tag is Arsenic Catnip, and your speech precedes itself with the face of your Lucis, who is possibly the cutest and perhaps the bestest kitty you have ever seen. What will you do? Nepeta, retrieve claws from arms.
You are always wearing your claw gloves. You never know when you might encounter some unsuspecting prey, or when some prey might encounter an unsuspecting you. On Alternia, everything is considered unsuspecting prey by everything else.
Nepeta, scratch Lucis behind ears.
She sure enjoys a good scratch. Ponce de Leon is the best kitty cat. You and she go on adventures together in search of the Fountain of Cute. You ride your Sherpod mount into the rugged frontier, and sometimes she rides you when she gets tired, which is frequently. It sure will be sad when she dies. But who knows when or how that will happen. We might not even really have the time to find out. Later there is a cave-in. You saunter over to your drawing tablet computer. You use this to draw on a computer! It would be cool if this could somehow be adapted to serve as a fetch modus as well. That would be so much more fun than the frustrating one you're using now. You wonder what this grumpy fellow wants. Probably something to do with that game. That seems to be all anybody's talking about lately.
Hey,
Ixie perks up curiously. She wiggles her rear end a bit and then chases something she sees bounce into one of Carcat's shoes.
Carcat, can't believe he has to sink this low. Carcat can't believe he's asking an autistic girl in a cave to join his team. Carcat mystifies in infinite befuddlement over the fact that you are presently the best remaining candidate for the red team.
I am? I mean, Ixie says I am? Wondrously?
Yes, and Carcat can't fucking believe that. Carcat thinks about that a bit, and his jaw drops open and breaks a huge column of bricks like a fucking kung fu master.
Ixie gathers up all the brick pieces and builds a cute little house and invites Carcat inside.
Okay, good. It's good that you're talking about building, even if it's in the most inane possible context. You're going to be doing a lot of it.
Yes, that sounds fun. Okay, what do I do?
Okay, briefing. Me, Terezi, Gamzee, and Tavros are all playing now. The connection order is AT, TC, GC, CG. We need someone to connect to Toreador and get him in the game. I have GA lined up for the red team because she is one of the few remaining sane ones left to play. Okay, the only sane one, but she doesn't want to connect yet because of some mysterious bullshit. So I was like, whatever, what else is new? So I guess that leaves you! Terezi said she had you lined up to play back when she was the fake leader, so I said fine. So just connect to Tavros, and later we'll worry about getting you in.
Oh, right! I will talk to him about that. Oh, Ixie pauses and looks up with a bit of chagrin. I forgot I have to talk to someone else about this. I have been procrastinating.
Oh, God. Are you really serious?
It's not that big of a deal.
This boggles my mind. How can you be best friends with the only guy on the planet who's a bigger asshole than me?
He's not so bad.
He's scum. But do whatever you've got to do, I guess. Tavros is waiting.
Nepeta, consult with friend on the matter.
AC twitches her friendly whiskers at CT.
Hi.
CT perplexes over where he put that important wrench that he needed for building a fancy robot or something. He says, now where did that silly old wrench go?
Look, what are you expecting to accomplish with this?
But oh look! CT peeks around the corner to find that a very playful kitty has stolen the robot wrench. It's now kicking it vigorously with her hind legs.
This is foolishness upon 100,000 prior equally unsolicited foolishnesses. You'll stop now.
Rawr, you're so lame!
I'm not. I'm fine.
No, lame.
No, I'm not.
Lame.
No.
You've never played a fun pretend game with me. Ever, even once. Even Carcat does it sometimes, even if he does mean it in a grumpy and insincere way. But at least it's still fun.
Yuck. Don't pollute my incoming data stream with his name or any sort of excremental language you pick up from his ilk.
I see right through your stupid act. Who are you trying to kid? Look how you go out of your way to use those words that have X's in them, so that you can use your silly percent signs. Or use those absurd words that you can shoehorn 100 into, even if it's not strictly replacing Lou. You are so transparent. I can tell you like to play games. Deep down, you are a guy who likes to play games. I can smell a guy who likes to play games from so far away with this nose, you have no idea.
If you're looking for a loophole through which you may extract concessions from me, you'll have to look elsewhere.
See? What the hell?
Nepeta, what did I say about that awful language? I won't stand for it and you'll stop.
Oops. Sorry.
Your fraternization with the base classes have loosened your morals, can't you see this?
No, I don't care. They're fun. And I don't know anything about classes or bases or blood color. It doesn't matter. What does green blood even mean? It doesn't mean anything to me and it shouldn't mean anything to anyone else.
Well, green blood is okay, but it's not great. But that's why you're lucky to have me to look out for you, because you don't know better and you can't fight the role the mother had in store for you.
You are such a hypocrite. You pretend to be so high and mighty, but I know you're not, and I know you like games. Look at that silly little bow and arrow you always type. It's always there, you never forget. Why would you do that if that wasn't a playful, fun thing? I am so onto you.
My bow and arrow are highly dignified symbols.
Well, BS.
Archery is among the highest and most exceptional crafts, held in tremendous regard by the most aloof classes for centuries.
You suck at archery.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Have you ever even successfully fired an arrow? Like, actually got one to leave the bow?
I think we need to stop talking about archery.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
No.
We will stop talking about archery. The topic is making me sweat.
Ew, you're so gross.
No, you're the one who exercises distasteful practices.
No, that's you. Everyone knows you're a weirdo and a creep. That's why you're lucky to have me to keep an eye on you. No one else can stand you.
You exterminate beautiful, innocent creatures by the hundreds. I can't condone such wretched behavior. Beasts are meant to be looked upon with adoration.
But I eat them. I don't kill anything I don't eat. That would be mean.
I guess that's basically acceptable in principle, but I still find it a bit unsavory.
Oh, I think your habits are unsavory.
No, they're not.
Yeah-huh.
You're wrong about me, Nepeta. I do like to play games.
probably finish soon.
I'm full. I had chicken. Now give me my cheeky. Give me my baby.
Doesn't like you.
Chicky! Noji! Noji Joga! Bitch.
But they must be extremely important games with very high stakes. Not the kind played by translucent green wigglers who let loose an excremental surge hard in their wiggler bottom diaper stubs. As it happens, I have arranged to play just such a game tonight. Aradia and I have a private engagement to be co-leaders of the blue team.
Oh, yeah? Well, just by pure chance, it happens that AC has a private and sneaky engagement to play this game as well. And by pure sneaky twist of fate, she'll be on the red team with her other great friends who like to play their childish diaper poop games.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I forbid this. You will take your position on the blue team with me.
Yeah, right. I will take my position into this funny pounce ball and tackle you.
Wait, he's on the fucking blue team, so he's playing the fucking game. What the fuck?
That's nonsense. You're nowhere even remotely within my proximity that would be necessary to execute such a maneuver.
AC rolls her eyes almost as hard as she's rolling around this really interesting smell.
The thought of you fraternizing with and abetting those stink-blooded hooligans strikes me as a scandal beyond measure. I'm afraid you're too delicate to withstand that sort of corruption. It's forbidden.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, you won't.
No, I will.
You won't.
You can't stop me.
I am telling you not to, and you will be on my team. That's final. Quiet.
Why do you do this? Why are you so confident about your stupid commands? Don't you know you can't actually tell me what to do? It's not like you even have any special mind powers or telepathy or anything!
No, I do not. And yet you will do as I say.
Yes. Well, we will just see about that.
Yes, we will. You will join me on my team shortly. Stand by for further instruction.
Yes.
You're angry and I appreciate that, but it doesn't matter. Discussion over.
What the f-
Nepeta, give Tavros the bad news.
Hachan, give me my baby. Give me my baby.
She wants to go out.
I don't care. You give me my baby. She already went out. She let my baby out. I shouldn't have let Hachan back in the house.
AC curls up in Tavros' lap.
Okay, I, for the time being, and for the sake of this fantasy scenario, I pretend that my cat allergies aren't that bad.
AC takes a long nap and then wakes up and frowns because she has bad news.
Oh no, is what I'd say about the bad news, not the nap.
Tavros, I'm sorry. I can't be on your team. I'm not allowed.
Oh, that's okay. Then I guess you said no then?
Yes, unfortunately. I'm so mad.
It's probably for the best that you listen to him.
I don't know. You think so?
Well, if you didn't listen to him before, you might have played games with us before, and something bad might have happened to you.
Perhaps. But still, I feel bad.
I'll find another player. It's not a big deal. Good luck being on the blue team.
Okay, thanks.
You fondly recall your days of far more intensive role-playing. It seems like so long ago now. Aside from a few unfortunate moments, it was a lot of fun. If you had to do it all over again, you suppose you would select better company. Maybe this game you are playing tonight will rekindle some of that excitement.
Tinkerbell?
Why is she dead? Why Tinkerbell dead? Tinkerbell shouldn't be dead. Tinkerbell should be okay. Alright. Act 5, Act 1, Part 5. What?! What'd I just miss?
You stand in your room on a healthy pair of legs and in a plucky little outfit. You are a low-level boy Skylark, and you wield an inexpensive dagger lance, which is the closest thing to a jousting lance you can wield that is still compatible with your favorite class.
What did I do?
You are about to play a popular game called Flarp, which unlike most games published by major developers, was given a graceful and aesthetically pleasing name. It's a title under the extreme role-playing genre, and playing it without caution can have serious real-world consequences. But that's what makes it fun. When you activate Flarp's Grub, the campaign program for tonight will begin. Team Charge will duel Team Scourge as usual. This is going to be great.
Aradia, my grub is laying now, so I'll be ready soon.
Cool! Mine too. I don't know where Terezi
Flashback?
is though.
Okay.
She's running late.
Oh, should we wait?
No, I'll be here clouding her campaign for her, regardless with or without her. Her loss if she doesn't make it. It'll give you a chance to gain some ground.
Okay.
You picked a tough class, Tavros. None of the really useful combat abilities come into play until you reach a very high level, but I suppose it'll be rewarding when you get there.
Yeah, I think you're right, but it's the class I think is most fun, and battle skill is not all there is to being a great adventurer.
I couldn't agree more! You might be the only Flarp in the world who really understands the true spirit of the game. Everyone else is so aggressive and treasure-hungry, but that's what makes beating them all the more satisfying.
Yeah, I guess.
Remember, your Clouder isn't going to pull any punches tonight. Don't fall for her mind games. I'll be here to assist, of course. If you're in trouble, don't hesitate to ask for help.
Yeah, I won't. Thanks, Aradia.
No problem.
Your campaign's gaming flapstractions hatch out of their eggs. These comprise all the data and procedures you will need for your adventure tonight.
They disperse throughout the terrain surrounding your hive. They follow both pre-programmed and live instructions by your Clouder, a member of Team Scourge whose role is to provide you with a challenging scenario, while your teammate does the same for Scourge's other player.
You take your starting position in the field. The game is afoot and anything can happen now. It's up to you to consult your maps and work with your teammate to discover the objective of the quest, find treasure, and slay monsters. Your stat bat is bonded with you. This keeps track of every attribute for your character, including vitals. While these attributes in principle remain abstractions, due to the fact that this is extreme role-playing, they will always relate in some way to your real-life attributes as well. You've got to be careful out here.
A little later.
Well? Hey, boy Skytard, are you going to just stand there all night? Make your move, make your move, make your move!
I just think these monsters are too strong. Sorry, but they don't seem appropriate for this campaign.
Weak! Weaky, weaky, weak!
Weaky? Is that a real thing to say?
Yes! Your blatant excuse-making is the weakest lame that ever shit the coward bed. Roll your dice, make your move. Advance or abscond!
I can't abscond. There's no, absconding place.
But absconding is what you do best. I ain't managed to cloud a scenario yet you couldn't squawk out of in a blazing trail of cluckbeast feathers. You cannot hope to beat Tavros Nitram in an abscond off. He is simply the best there is.
That sounds flattering, theoretically, but I don't think...
Hey, pipe down! Make your move! Advance or abscond! Advance or abscond! Roll, Tavros, roll!
Okay, hold on for one moment. Aradia, hey, are you there? Hey, Terezi, I have a problem.
No one can help you, Tavros.
Okay.
Time to decide.
Where is everybody?
What does that have to do with your present cowardice?
I don't know, probably nothing.
Are you going to roll?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because I was thinking about the numbers, and it's impossible for there to be a favorable outcome, no matter what the dice do.
So you give up?
Yeah, maybe.
Why not roll and make it official? Why would you want to cheapskate me out of bonuses like that? It's so thoughtless. Am I going to have to take matters into my own hands to make your move for you?
I thought you couldn't use powers. I mean, real-life powers, not game ones. It's against the rules.
But if you're going to break the rules and refuse to roll, what choice do I have? I hate that it had to come to this, but what can I do? Tavros, have I mentioned how cute you look in that plucky little outfit? Why, if I didn't know better, I'd say I was playing with Pupa Pan himself. Isn't that what you want, Tavros? To be like Pupa? Of course you do! What boy wouldn't want to be like Pupa? So dashing and brave. He is everything you are not. For one thing, he can fly. Do you want to fly, Tavros? Have you ever tried to fly? I bet you haven't. How about we take to the skies, Pupa? Oh, you like that idea, Pupa. Yes, you do. I can feel it in your simple, malleable brain. You want to fly so bad. Fly, Pupa! Fly! Adios, Toria dumbass.
She just jumped me off a cliff with my brain and my legs also, and now they feel invisible. Wow, I'm sure there was a better way to say that. Anyway, that's really all there is to report on the subject of me getting hurt.
Hey, asshole! Stop playing games for girls!
Back in the present, but not too far into the present. Right around this moment with Karkat and the toilet during a conversation we have already read, which ended like this.
Fucking hater.
Psst. Hey, brave leader.
Why is she still alive?
My God. Why are you talking
Why
to
is anyone even talking to her or letting her play?
Yes, I'm glad you asked, because there's a wide open slot for the most vile, backstabbing sociopath who ever lived. You really helped me out of a jam by stepping forward.
Vile, backstabbing sociopath. Karkat, did you copy and paste that phrase directly from your personal ad describing what you are looking for in a lady?
More cagey, cutesy bullshit. Like I'm not up to my lobe stem with that already, having to deal with Terezi. You both must have been insufferable when you were a team. Your opponents probably all just tried to commit suicide after a few minutes of putting up with your fangy grinned drivel. That's probably how it all went down when the shit hit the thresher.
That's not a bad guess, but man, Karkat, you sure are giving me a hard time. I don't see how we're supposed to be becoming friends if you recoil from my olive branch like I'm twitching a mummified bovine phallus in your direction.
Becoming friends? What the fuck? We will never be friends, moron.
Not even hate friends?
No, more like twitchy-eyed, projectile vomiting and utter disgust friends while I perforate my bone bulge with a culling fork.
Yes, I'll take it.
Get lost.
Anyway, I was just joking about wanting to be on your team. I'm already on the blue team.
Oh, really? Wait, let me count out 8 of these things. Hold on. Question mark, 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 question mark. There. I am now an enormous tool forever.
Yes, Aradia and I have an arrangement. We will be co-leaders. But really, I will be the leader. Shh, don't tell anyone.
I want her to die.
What do you think, Karkat? Can you take on 2 dangerous ladies at once?
Yawn.
Come on, aren't you a little nervous that I will oppose you? You should be.
No, you're just a run-of-the-mill little psycho girl. A troll seeger a dozen. I'll be taking apart the blue team with brutal efficiency, you'll see. You never played one of your dumb games with me, so you never had the privilege of seeing what I can do. Enjoy the show, sweetheart. Just don't think about using your mind control tricks on my players. Remember your truce?
Psh, those days are far behind me. Anyway, I can't control just anybody. They've got to be impressionable, like you.
You can't control me.
Sure I can. I just choose not to.
Yeah, okay.
I find your mind totally unpalatable to browse. Looking into your brain is like pawing through a smelly dumpster, full of broken glass and razor blades. And poop.
Whatever, don't even try it. I've got the better Scourge sister on my team, and if you break your truce, you'll have to answer to her. The funny thing is, she was always way better than you, even without any powers. Yeah, that's right. I know your whole story. You were always jealous she could manipulate people so well without resorting to cheap mind tricks. I can tell this burns you, and I can't even paw through your dumpster. Chalk it up as another infuriating victory for the gutter blood over aristocracy. Oh, what's that? Nothing to say? Wow, speechless, I guess. You're probably crying right now. That would make my fucking day. Hey, look at me being the one to talk shit at warp speed and log off before you can reply. Bye, idiot.
Oh, back so soon? Did your thumb slip on the button? I guess you can't get enough of me.
You made me do that, and you know it.
You ain't got nothing on me, and you can't prove shit. Anyway, Carcat, I just wanted to say, mwah!
Carcat, be the other asshole. You are now the other... Oh. Oh god. You decide that we could probably stand to delay this guy's introduction a little longer. Why don't we see what someone else is up to? Anyone. Hurry. You switch to a vague teaser of the final unseen troll in the nick of time. Radia, go home. You head back to your hive to get the blue team session started. It's been a while. You revisit the remains of your quaint rural hive. Your lawn ring and the small excavation sites you dug up for practice are all overgrown with vegetation. You haven't been here since the night of the accident. On that night you found your calling. The voices of the dead grew louder, urging you to return to the ruins you discovered not long before. You left so abruptly you didn't even have time to bury your Lucis. But that's fine, because trolls don't typically bury their dead. Leaving bodies to be consumed by wild animals is more customary. You have an arrangement to begin the session as co-leader with one of the Blue Bloods. You understand this player intends to make a power grab and take sole possession of the leadership role. Such subterfuge is typical of their caste. But you're perfectly okay with this. It's one of the many things you're okay with. You allow your co-player to take the lead and enter the medium first. You understand that the leadership role is essentially meaningless aside from offering the distinction of being the first player to enter. You also understand that entering the game second was always your intention. You have a server player connect to you, someone you personally selected for the role. The devices required for entry are deployed. The kernel sprite awaits prototyping, but unlike all 11 other players, your dead Lucis is not available. You have to use something else. Prototyping with the froghead before entering the medium would prove to be critical for later success. Just another of many assurances whispered by the dead. You've long since stopped questioning them or doubting the future significance of even spontaneous acts of frivolous desecration. Compelling your non-plus server player to perform this task might have proven difficult. Luckily, your telekinesis, an ability greatly magnified through your calling, would be sufficient to move the massive object, whereas the game cursor likely would not. Your server player simply watched in mystification.
Huh?
She really just had no idea what the hell was going on. You enter the medium, taking your place in the land of quartz and melody as the Maid of Time. Meanwhile, your client player has been exploring another world. The Blue Blood has a present for you. The present cannot be duplicated via alchemy at this stage of the game. It would cost too much grist, a detail which this player had not been aware of. The player would have to progress to the second gate of their own world, arrive through the gate above your hive, and deliver it in person. Facilitating this delivery was one of the reasons why it was important for you to enter second. Your server player's confusion is only in part due to learning the ropes of a new game. There is a more significant reason for her befuddlement. While she followed your advice and went through the simple motions of game setup, at no point were you visible on her monitor. She saw your damaged hive. She saw the alchemitter and other devices she deployed. She saw the strange computing device on the floor, bearing the visage of a species she didn't recognize. She even saw a great big stone froghead fly through the air all by itself and become the frog sprite. And though she would ask why, and you would always delay the answer, the fact remained. She couldn't see you. She couldn't see you up until the moment after the sprite's second prototyping. Because you were dead all along.
We are all completely blown away by this stunning revelation. Wow. Dead. Really? Like a ghost? Huh.
Did she just fucking sprite herself?
Aradia, I can see you! That is you, right?
Yes,
Why are you the floating frog all of a sudden?
I'm dead. My spirit merged with the frog sprite.
Wow, dead. Really?
Like a ghost.
Huh. Well, I hope this doesn't make me sound dumb, but I am completely blown away by that stunning revelation.
You don't sound dumb.
Phew. How did you die?
I ignored the advice of a friend and made some bad choices.
Issy rumbles up her nose in a perplexement at AA's really vague and spooky answer. But actually, that's good, because I kind of think I don't want to know. It's making me sad to think about it.
Okay, and better can you please keep this a secret?
Yes, I promise. I won't tell anyone about it. And by promise, I mean promise, just so you know I'm serious.
Thank you. Ribbit. Whoops.
Hehehe.
Aradia, be the huge bitch.
Blah
Done.
blah.
Your name is Vriska Circuit. You are a master of extreme role-playing. You can't get enough of it, or really any game of high stakes and chance. You've persisted with the habit even in spite of your accident. But then again, you don't have much choice. Your Lucis is very hungry all the time. She can only be appeased by the flesh of young trolls. You cloud campaigns for teams of flarpers, utilizing your abilities for orchestrating the demise of the impressionable. Your victories supply you with treasure, experience points, and spider food. You are something of an apocalypse buff, which is something you can be on Alternia. You are fascinated by end-of-the-world scenarios and enjoy constructing doomsday devices for the hell of it. You are drawn to means of dark prognostication and the advantages they offer, particularly in gaming scenarios. Your abilities in this department were hobbled with the loss of your vision eightfold, and you have since sought alternatives through various black oracles. You consult with these ominous globes, but routinely destroy them in frustration over the puzzling guaranteed inaccuracy of their predictions. Breaking them has developed into a habit bordering on fetishistic, and with each you destroy, you add to an insurmountable stockpile of terrible luck. You have to stop, but addiction is a powerful thing. Your troll tag is Arachnid's grip, and your statements tend to be just a little bit overdramatic. What will you do? Vriska, check out cool drawing on wall.
And kill yourself.
You drew your own role-playing character for fun, as many flarpers are prone to do. She is the best character, and you wish you were her. Oh wait, you are her! Your wish has been granted, probably as a special boon for being so great at everything. Her name is Marquis Spinneret Mindfang, scourge of land dwellers and sea dwellers alike, and worst nightmare to silly boy skylarks everywhere. She has accumulated more treasure and gained more levels than any member of the Petticoat Seagrift class ever. She gained all the levels. All of them. Yeah. Vriska, proceed to computer. You have a lot to do. So many irons in the fire.
Ow!
Lousy dice. You just can't seem to go anywhere in your hive without stepping on an errant D4. Pointy little bastards. It's just your bad luck, you guess. You've had such terrible luck ever since your accident, and it just keeps getting worse. As far as you're concerned, the world can't end soon enough. As you were saying. So many irons in the fire. Such a tangled web. It is a web full of flaming irons and mixed metaphors. Tonight is a big night. You've a lot of meddling to catch up on tonight. Bugging and fussing and meddling. You equip your enchanted dice set, the fabled fluorite octet. It consists of 8d8, plundered from a ghost ship during a particularly challenging campaign. In ancient times, such weapons were employed by roving bands of gamblignants, deadly marauders with a passion for chance. They all died off, though. Took too many crazy risks. Rolling the dice will execute a wide range of highly unpredictable attacks. Very high rolls can be devastating to even the most powerful opponents. Of course, with the luck you've had lately, you couldn't make a good roll to save your life. Got to do something about this awful luck. Gotta catch a break! When you get worked up about stuff, you put 8s in places they don't really make a lot of sense phonetically. Vriska, begin meddling. Time to get this show on the road. There are so many people to meddle with tonight. After you ditch an unwelcome solicitor first, that is. Doesn't she realize how rude it is to meddle? You'll fuss with her meddling later. What now? Oh, him. You thought he'd washed his hands of you. Strange timing that he's bugging you tonight after so long without a peep from him. Vriska, deal with this guy.
Hello?
Oh my god, why are you talking to me?
This is the last time we'll ever talk.
Still sticking with the white text, I see. So smooth and stylish. I forgot how much I loved highlighting it to read all the boring things you have to say. It's like a fun game for super extra handicapped retarded people. Like opening a present. Find out what obnoxious thing the mystery tool typed. What is it?
Says the girl that probably never received a present because no one likes her.
Parting courtesy, I suppose. All the ways I've exploited you were meant to bring about the events that will take place this evening. Knowing this will provide context for the events in your near future, and will affect how you behave in response. These events will be just as important as those preceding it.
Why doesn't this person have, like, the thing? The fuck?
I've gone to great lengths, you see.
You didn't exploit me. You are just a petty douche with a bad temper who likes to play games, and all I did was humor you.
I did exploit you. Very thoroughly. It was easy.
So full of yourself.
So basically this girl gets exploited by this guy and she feels bad about it but can't get back at him, so she starts exploiting other people with her mind hacking ability, and it's typically other people that like to roleplay that are just gullible because they're friendly. Nice work, AG. You're a bitch.
Have I ever lost a game?
Don't change the subject.
What subject are you referring to?
Ugh. I'm going to log off in a big huff, and you have to promise not to use that nasty trick where you log me back on out of petty douchey spite.
She did that very thing to the other guy. So she's basically just a beta bitch. She's not even the bitch, she's a beta bitch. She's being a bitch because someone's been a bitch to her. She's basically copying the bitch. She's just a bitch. She's not even the biggest bitch out there. What a failed bitch.
And then we can go back to never ever talking because, man, that was heaven when it was like that.
There's no need for that kind of assurance. I'll be brief. I no longer hold you accountable for any wrongdoing. In fact, I've given your transgression very little thought since the incident. If you acknowledge this amnesty and regard it as sincere, you may begin to find the odds falling in your favor again. This may be essential if you are to succeed on your journey.
Slow down, man. I am just wearing out so many pens taking all of these important notes. Fuck you for ruining all my good note-taking pens and giving me this terrible cramp in my good note-taking hand.
Incredible, the risks you take with your scorn. But of course, it was your unpleasant, simplistic temperament that made you so easy to control. Vicious and predictable, like an insect.
What he's saying is that she's a basic bitch.
If you turn a swarm of wasps on a crowd, the outcome is certain. It takes no skilled strategist to understand this. You were in fact a waste of my talents. A primitive expedient.
Blech, what a snob. You're worse than my meddly meddler metal friend.
I wonder why they waste their camaraderie on you. I'll never understand it.
I thought you said you would be brief.
I'll say one last thing. though the magnitude of the ensuing destruction resulting directly from your actions will be neither possible or necessary for you to fathom, there nevertheless ought to be a silver lining. The only question is whether you will live long enough to see it. I'm not a gambling man, but if I was, I wouldn't bet on it.
Such a bitch. Like, he says, I'll be brief. And he's not being brief at all. He's taking every single opportunity to burn her. And on top of that, even the text is white. Meaning that you can't say that, oh, I didn't want to read it. Because you have to actually highlight it to read it. She's being played on every single front there is. You'll be brief. Oh, so you believed what I said. Ha! Played. I thought you didn't want to read my text. Then why did you highlight it? Ha! Played. Like...
Goodbye.
Bye, asshole.
And look, he doesn't even have to log off. He doesn't even log off. She can't even log out. It's fucking... She's basically a wreck. Like, she's fucked. She's got absolutely fucked. Even though technically she was probably created by this guy's bitchiness, I still blame her for it. You know, it's that cycle of a decent girl gets screwed over by a guy, so she becomes a bitch that screws over a decent guy, who then becomes an asshole that screws over a decent girl, who becomes a bitch and screws over... You know, it's a cycle.
More hollow comebacks. As hollow and wishy-washy as the inside of one of these dumb black globes. What use is all that attitude against a guy who's never wrong?
Well, I don't think that she jumped Tavros off a cliff because she deserves all this. I think because of all this, she jumped Tavros off a cliff.
It's so depressing you can't even work up the energy to smash this stupid thing.
She's taking out her frustration on someone else that's weaker than her and more gullible. And when she can't get him to do what she wants through manipulation, she mind controls him. So she picks out the easiest target she can find, and she fails even then. That's how pathetic she is. Which is why she likes to roleplay as this super accomplished character that has gained all of the levels, and she is supreme and ultimate, because she's the exact opposite in real life, being this.
Maybe you could stand to have some camaraderie wasted on you. Even if it comes from a meddler metal friend.
What?
Just wanted to know, is your Lucis dead yet?
Just wanted to know, your parents dead yet?
Huh? What kind of question is that? Is this a trick? Are you trying to sabotage me? Are you in cahoots with someone?
No.
Cahoots! Cahoots, I say!
You sure do seem to be saying cahoots. I'm just asking because mine's dead.
What? Oh no. How did that happen?
It was just her time.
Really? Are you sure it wasn't sabotage? I would suspect sabotage if I was you.
No, there was no plot or conspiracy or any trace of saboteurs operating through the special and magical union one can only describe as being in cahoots with another. When a virgin mother grub abdicates and renounces brooding, her time will be relatively short. I always knew this.
Oh. She was so cool. You had the coolest Lucis of anyone I know. I wanted to meet her someday.
Maybe you still can.
Yeah, meet her corpse. I guess that's not so bad a consolation prize. Seeing a big, dead, cool mother grub. Wow. You were so lucky. My Lucis sucks. Why did you ask if she's dead anyway? Do you know something?
They are all dying, or are going to soon. I believe it's a preemptive consequence of the game we are about to play. If a preemptive consequence is a concept that can be said to hold any meaning. But from what I understand, if it is applicable in any sphere at all, then this game holds that sphere.
Okay, I don't really get that. so you can just go ahead and think I'm some dumb flighty broad again.
I wasn't going to think that. You know what? I don't think even I really understand what I just said, so never mind.
Now you have me worried. Man, I hope she's okay. Why would this happen? This is just my luck. Have some died besides yours? And, you know whose, I guess.
Yes, a few. Karkat thinks it's his fault. He believes his actions triggered an inauspicious chain reaction.
You mean a curse?
Sure.
Wow, between his curse and my shitty luck, we are so screwed.
I'm not surprised to see you endorse his paranoia without hesitation, but I was attempting to illustrate a point in bringing it up.
Phew, there goes another one sailing over the idiot girl's head. Okay, lay it on me.
These events are inevitable, and regardless of whatever emotional entanglements obfuscate their significance, they will ultimately serve an important purpose. The curse had nothing to do with it, and Karkat's notion of a curse is inseparable from his perception of events as intrinsically negative and as tailored to his personal dissatisfaction. And your bad luck is the same way. I believe anyway.
Okay.
What would happen if you just cleaned up a bit? Don't you think you would step on a few less hard triangles?
Why do you try to help me and stuff? What's the point? It's kind of bothersome and insulting sometimes. So I have a messy room. Big deal. My luck fucking blows. It's got nothing to do with it, and you just don't even know. Meddler. Why are you so meddly, Miss Meddlesome McFussy Fangs?
Because you're dangerous.
No way. I'm just fine. Why don't you can it?
Every time you tell me to can it, I think it's funny. I mean, it's just a funny thing to say, don't you think? It's okay to be dangerous. Lots of people are, and dangerous people can be really important. Maybe even the most important sometimes. But it just means there's got to be someone around to keep an eye on them. And if not me, then who? Everyone has an important job to do.
Okay, so you're spying on me. Kinda creepy. Man, maybe you should get a life. Or, you know, if you're so high and mighty and think you're so great, maybe you could, I don't know, try and stop me from doing bad things.
That wouldn't work. If I tried to stop you, you would regard me as an enemy instead of merely as a nuisance. And what good would that do? So, I'm afraid, McFussy Fangs it must be.
Ugh! Okay, great. Fine. I'm going to check on my Lucis now. But I'm starting to think you are full of shit, and I'm quite sure she will be quite fine.
You're right. Anything can happen, I guess. But just so you know, I'm sorry for your loss in advance.
Ah! Man, why didn't I just get the last word and sign off real quick like I usually do? Let you sneak that stinking little ninja quip in there. Ah, so mad! Lousy, stupid, goddamn supportive friend!
I think she has a few issues and might need a little bit of counseling. Well, that was fun. That was different. That was an interesting group of trolls. Well, two groups of trolls, technically speaking. It'll be interesting to see how their story went and how it ties into what the F they're doing with our crew. Because if I'm remembering correctly, their dream selves have already died, and so they're just trolling us to fuck us up. Well, I'm not even saying us, but like John Dave's crew. And then after John went and jumped into the final gate prematurely, and we're now in the alternate timeline where he didn't, they're actually going to hopefully help him to beat the game, because I think this crew is the only one that can actually do it. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all sort of relates. We're going to find at one point how it relates. I think this is one of those situations where you've been introduced to one crew and they give you another one, but before you can watch the story of how, you know, they work together, you first have to see the story of the previous crew. So it's basically like a season 2, but it's a prequel first to give you a background story of the characters before they put them into the main story. So that's the feeling that I'm getting. And that in itself is cool because we are already introduced into the world and how it works, so we don't have to spend the first 3 hours learning about what hatching a whatever is and what is grist and what is a portal, you know? So we can just get into the meat of it, which sometimes seems to be 10 minutes of utter bullshittery and shenanigans. How long is the next video? I have a feeling that they're all about 30 minutes. These ones are all 20 to 30 minutes. It's probably 30 minutes. So we're up to Act 5, Act 1, Part 5 we finished. So we're up to Part 6 in the next stream, which is taking place next weekend. Tomorrow we're playing Ghost of Tsushima, and as mentioned, when we finish up Ghost of Tsushima, we're going to jump into Anime Mondays again, which has been long overdue, and I need my fix of anime so I can play some of my... I can do a little bit of Fire Emblem, and we can watch some anime and have some fun time and do reactions, and it's going to be good shit. So I'm really looking forward to that. But first, Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow, which I'm actually excited for. I've been watching a lot of random videos on Japanese history and Mongolian history and fun facts about Genghis Khan and all the other Khans. So, you know, it's inspired me to learn a little bit from history. So it's fun stuff. So I hope to see you guys there. For everyone that's new, welcome. Hopefully you're following us. If you haven't, click that follow. We do have a YouTube channel called Ninja Kuma. That's where we upload the gameplay. If you scroll down, you can click the YouTube link. We have a reaction channel called Ninja Kuma Reacts. That's where we upload reactions and anything that we can't upload to YouTube because of bullshit, we just put it up on the Patreon. There's a link to that as well in the chat if you scroll through. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll be hanging in the Discord and on and off today, so I hope to see you there in the meantime. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being awesome. Until next time, Ninja Kuma out. Bye.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.